What's up, WWE fans? You're watching Wrestling Edge Files, where every slam and surprise matters. Subscribe now and let's roll in. The final episode of WWE RAW for 2025 didn't end in the ring with a match, but backstage with a moment that will be remembered well into 2026. The evening spotlight belonged to the Yosuo, who celebrated a hard-fought victory over AJ Styles and Dragon Lee to become the new WWE World Tag Team Champions. On the surface, it was a feel-good ending to the year, a celebration of teamwork, determination, and talent. The crowd cheered, the confetti fell, and the moment felt triumphant. But as often happens in WWE, the public celebration is only one part of the story. Backstage, in the quiet corners where influence and strategy often shape the future, a more complex narrative was unfolding. A narrative that hinted at the direction the bloodline will take in the coming months. A year of rebuilding and reflection. For Roman Reigns, 2025 was a year of reclamation. Coming off an injury that kept him out of action for months, he returned to find a changed WWE landscape. New factions were rising, alliances were shifting, and his own family had faced internal turbulence. The leadership he once held as the tribal chief needed to be re-established, not just through titles and victories, but through influence and psychological presence. Reigns' challenge wasn't simply about collecting championships anymore, it was about commanding respect and loyalty while shaping the next chapter of the bloodline story. The significance of the Yosuo's win. The Usos' championship victory was more than a win. It was a symbol. Their triumph in the ring represented skill, dedication, and a promise to carry the bloodline legacy forward. After the match, a private backstage ceremony added layers of meaning to the public celebration. In a gesture rich with symbolism, the newly crowned champions presented their titles to Roman Reigns. He accepted the championship not with arrogance or celebration, but with the calm assurance of a leader acknowledging the accomplishments of his family. This subtle moment spoke volumes about Reigns' approach. The focus wasn't on personal glory, but on consolidating the family's influence and setting the tone for the year ahead. A cryptic message. As the backstage celebration continued, Reigns' demeanor shifted. Pride gave way to a more contemplative, calculated expression. Locking eyes with Usos, one of his cousins, he delivered a message that was both inspiring and enigmatic. It was a moment that reflected not just on the evening's victory, but on a broader vision for the bloodline moving forward. Reigns spoke of focus, unity, and the power of family. How when the group operates together, nothing can stand in their way. While his words were supportive, they were layered with subtle complexity, hinting at the responsibility and challenges that come with carrying the bloodline legacy. Loyalty, leadership, and legacy. The essence of Reigns' message was simple, but profound. Success is amplified when the family works as one. The Yosuo's presentation of the titles symbolized respect and allegiance, reinforcing the idea that championships are not just accolades, but instruments of leadership and influence. Reigns' careful, deliberate tone emphasized mentorship and guidance rather than dominance, signaling a focus on strengthening the next generation of leaders within the bloodline. This moment underscored the importance of loyalty and strategic thinking in maintaining influence, as well as the idea that victories are meaningful not only for the wrestlers themselves, but for the family as a whole. Setting the tone for 2026. By the end of the night, it was clear that WWE was not just closing the book on 2025. It was setting the stage for a compelling 2026. The Yosuo's victory, combined with Reigns' cryptic yet motivational message, planted seeds for intriguing storylines. It raised questions about how the bloodline will navigate the challenges ahead, which wrestlers will rise to challenge them, and how the next chapter of the family's story will unfold. The subtle hints dropped backstage suggest that 2026 could bring a season of calculated moves, strategic alliances, and moments that will test both loyalty and resilience. Reflections on Reigns' leadership. Watching Reigns in this moment reveals a nuanced perspective on leadership in the WWE Universe. Unlike past eras defined by sheer dominance, Reigns' approach emphasizes guidance, influence, and psychological strategy. By encouraging Usos and the Yosuo, he is fostering growth while subtly reinforcing the family's central role. This leadership style is less about commanding the spotlight and more about shaping the environment around him, ensuring that the bloodline's legacy continues with clarity and purpose. The importance of focus and unity. Reigns' words backstage highlighted a theme central to the bloodline: focus and unity. In the ever-changing world of WWE, distractions and rivalries are constant, and maintaining cohesion is a challenge. By emphasizing teamwork and shared purpose, Reigns reinforced the idea that true strength comes from collaboration. This isn't just about winning matches, it's about cultivating an identity that carries weight both in and out of the ring. The subtle guidance he provided ensures that each member understands their role, responsibility, and potential for growth within the family framework. Speculation and anticipation. As fans, part of the excitement lies in speculation. Reigns' cryptic message invites curiosity about the future. What challenges will Usos face? Which superstars will rise to test the newly crowned champions? How will the bloodline navigate new rivalries while maintaining their legacy? Each answer will unfold over the coming months, particularly as WWE heads into major events like the Royal Rumble. The anticipation generated by such moments fuels engagement, discussion, and excitement among the audience, making the backstage dynamics as compelling as the in-ring action. The dual nature of victory. The Usos' championship win and the accompanying backstage moment exemplify a duality often seen in wrestling narratives: the public victory and the private, strategic maneuvering. Celebrations are meaningful, but true impact comes from how those victories are leveraged to influence the future. Reigns' calm acceptance of the titles and his message to the team show that leadership is not just about holding power. It's about knowing how to guide, inspire, and prepare the next generation to sustain and expand that influence. Conclusion. A new chapter begins. As 2026 begins, the WWE landscape is charged with potential. The Yosuo's victory over AJ Styles and Dragon Lee closed the curtain on an exciting 2025, while Reigns' thoughtful backstage message laid the foundation for a compelling new chapter. Through symbolism, guidance, and subtle strategy, the bloodline is poised to influence the year ahead in ways that promise intrigue, skillful storytelling, and memorable moments. The combination of championship success, family unity, and leadership insight makes the coming months one of the most anticipated periods for fans and wrestlers alike. 2026 starts not just with new champions, but with renewed purpose, ambition, and the promise of stories that will shape the WWE world for months to come.